everyone, so we're back here. So we have today sweet wines. It's a tradition to have sweet food, sweet wine. You know, the apple and honey. Sweet wines are not unsophisticated, quite to the contrary. So our first wine today is the Herzog Late Harvest White Riesling from Monterey County, California. I believe this is a 2017 vintage. Yes, it is a 2017 vintage. So delicious dessert wine, quite complex as well. And let's just taste it.
Go ahead, let's go for it. Now, the reason why it's called a late harvest is because
the grapes were harvested pretty late into the season, end of October, maybe even beginning of November.
So it's much higher sugar. So the sweetness in here is a result of what?
It's a result of the ripeness of the grapes. There's no added sugar in this wine. So the grapes, when you harvest them late, they shrivel. They are almost like raisins.
Let's taste it.
So Jay, you see, as opposed to the Pacifica Riesling, which we tasted in one of our previous episodes, this one is actually really sweet. The Pacifica was just a little sweet, off dry.
Really sweet. And you know what else I notice about this? It does not have a very acidic backbone to it. It's more soft and almost luscious, almost honey-like on the mouth. So
it's very
this
luscious.
is a great, great wine for exactly the kind of holiday that we're in. Okay, we're moving on to the Sauternes.
So Sauternes is an appellation, it's a sub-region of Bordeaux. It's at the south of the Bordeaux wine region, where the specialty of the wineries there is sweet wines. And the sweet wines, what's special about those sweet wines is that they are not just late harvested like the Herzog. There is also a fungus called the botrytis that affects the grapes, and usually it scares winemakers all over the world if that fungus takes over the vineyards. But there in Sauternes, they're actually looking forward to it because what it does to the grapes, it shrivels them also, it dries out the grapes, concentrate the sugar in the grape.
What I like about the Botrytis cinerea, which is called a noble rot, okay, is also the aromatics. The juice is almost like honey-like when they ferment it.
Exactly.
Light honey-like.
There's like an acacia honey taste to it, candied ginger, and even like on the nose, you know, the aromas. I get some beeswax a little bit.
What a delicious bottle of wine. And what does this retail for?
That's about $60.
Man. Wow, great wine. And last, Teperberg Fortes. Now, it's illegal to call something port if it doesn't come from Portugal, right?
Just like champagne.
But even though, even though they make it kind of in the style of that, they don't call it port. This is, you know, a pretty rich, powerful wine. And ports, traditional ports, are made by adding alcohol. I believe they also add some what they call pot still brandy, which is alcohol made from grapes, and that's how they get the alcohol up there. But the sugar is left over from the juice itself. They ferment it to about 8 to 10%, and then they add alcohol to get it up to 16.
That's right.
And you could smell this. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. You know, I can help myself. Yes, I love the richness of port. It goes great with, you know, chocolate desserts, with if you smoke cigars. That goes also very well with that. A pecan pie.
Lasts and lasts and lasts and lasts. Just goes on and on and on.
When you open the bottle, it has a regular cork.
But by the way, you don't open the bottle. You open the bottle. You don't
I
open.
had to, you know.
Yeah, I hear you. No, really, I'm just kidding. You know I love you, right? I'm just kidding around. But it has a tea cork, and what's great about this, it tells you at once that this wine will stay even after being open. People ask me that all the time. How long will the wine last? This will last for a long time because of the addition of the pot still brand. So there you go, Gabe. It's been a real pleasure.
L'chaim,
L'chaim.
Chag Sameach. Enjoy. Shana Tova.
See you next time at Swirl.